at our first ever success story trip. Yeah. And we're like, you know, we got the crew here, we're shooting testimonials, let's shoot a video on the beach. Tony, do something.
So walking from the hotel down to the beach, we talked about what it should be, and then in makeup we talked about it some more, and then we shot it.
The funny part of that, if you ever get that video, is you can actually, if you pay attention, watch Tony sunburn throughout the course. Sorry.
Yeah, and then you can tell I was doing yoga on a straw mat on top of gravel, which was awesome. So while having my flesh burning, I was also getting punctured. You know, a Power 90, Carl gave me all the time in the world. He just said, you know, take your time and do what you need to do to make sure this thing is what we want it to be. And, you know, I talked to some folks. I mean, I've been training people for 30, well, at that point, maybe 20-something years. So I had a general idea of what I wanted to do. You know, it was weights on one day, resistance on one day, and cardio on the next, and just rotate and get people moving 6 days a week. I mean, we all knew that that was going to work. And, oh, by the way, don't eat crap anymore. So we had, you know, Carl and I developed Michi's ladder. It was really kind of Carl's genius, but so, you know, healthy food at the top, crap at the bottom, eat the stuff at the top, exercise 6 days a week, and of course that's what sort of launched the company. And then with P90X, you know, we knew it had to be a little bit more intense, obviously, but, you know, I was always saying, look, we both agree to this, that even though it's going to be intense, we've got to get people modifications, and that's the reason why, you know, folks like Tommy Migrant and Dallas Carter and Jeremy Yost and folks have lost 100+ pounds, plus the thousands of others that have as well. So, you know, I mean, it's an all-inclusive kind of program, which is really neat about P90X. With P90X2, we took our time. John Congdon brought in Marcus Elliott because so many athletes were showing up. Steve Edwards, that's right, Steve Edwards. So many athletes were showing up at the P3 Center having done P90X, and, you know, Marcus would say, man, you're performing really well here. What are you doing in the off-season? I'm doing that P90X, you know, so it was really helpful. So we worked together with Marcus. We took several months to do that. And then Steve Holmson, too. If you look at P90X and you see all that, if there's a ball involved in P90X2, it's because of that psycho Steve Holmson, you know. He's literally 30% of the moves in P90X2 outside of PAP are Steve Holmson's moves. You know, I mean, I remember the first time he put me on 4 balls. Are you out of your freaking minds? This is impossible. Okay, so we named one of the moves The Impossible. But what's really neat about it is, and I don't know how many folks are in this room that have come up to me and said already, and folks, just, you know, there's a lot of non-Team Beachbody folks here on the island that are doing P90X. I love P90X2. My core has never been so strong and so fit and looks so good, and I never thought it would come from doing, you know, 4-ball push-ups and things like it. But it doesn't really answer the question. But I'm like a politician.